Okay, today is June the 18th, 2016, and right now it's 10 a.m. in the foothills of Los Angeles. We have a temperature of 80 degrees. The relative humidity is 29.7%, and the dew point is 45 degrees. And let me check the barometer here real quick. This is telling us that the barometric pressure right now is 30.01. All right, 30.01 inches. Okay, so we're watching the eastern U.S. rainbow loop. We can see a large thunderstorm system that has been superheated and destroyed with microwave. There's two cells, one here and one right here, that get blown apart. And we can see the blast pattern. Right, there's a ring, a semicircular ring right there. And I think what I'm going to do is just give me 1 second here. Ring right there. Right here, this had already been hit right in the center, right there, and this blast ring is generated. We can see it right there. And this one here is hit next. That's pretty amazing. Let's go ahead and just run that. And there's a large blast pattern on the visible light mode moving out in the other direction. We can see the whole side of this storm right here blowing out right there. Let's stop that and roll through it a frame at a time. You can see the very beginning of that sequence right here. There's actually a ring right here where they hit it. Right there. And so we're seeing the very beginning of the superheating process. The center of this is hit with microwave, a very small, narrow beam, very intense beam of microwave energy, coherent microwave, much like a laser, very pure, coherent frequency of very powerful RF. And so that instantaneously heats water vapor. And then we see a tremendous superheating of the core, which disrupts the organization of the storm. And then we have a blast pattern. The side blows out, and we can see that the storm is no longer organized. It disappears. Same thing is happening here. We have some good color change. The center of that is way down over here on the orange and magenta scale. The very beginning, I'm backing up here. We go to the beginning, we can see that purple way down here. It's very intense thunderstorm activity. And they hit it right here. You can see that there's a blast pattern generated. Okay, so we'll just roll that. And then we'll take a look at the visible light mode over here. Let's see, that's actually, we're going to take a look at this close up. Here's the water vapor mode. And this is focusing mainly on this bottom, the second thunderstorm near Oklahoma and Texas. Get some good detail here. We can see the whole eastern side of that storm is just blown out, and the entire system evaporates and implodes. Here's the infrared. See that big ring right there shooting out to the west. So this is some very good evidence of weather manipulation and how they're doing this, how they're blowing apart these storms. Now here is the visible light mode. You can see how this entire system is just disappears. We can see all the photoshopping up until the night to day transition. We can see all that overlay right here. That's Photoshop. they're hiding the evidence of microwave attack. And then we have the night to day transition right here. We can see a sort of a dimpled area right here, this crater right here. This is hit more or less right in the center. And as we scroll through, you see that blast pattern right here. And there's also a blast wave right here. See that? Just go back and forth here. So that's how they do it. They superheat these weather systems, and they are literally blown apart. The superheated water vapor completely disrupts the organization of the storm, and this is what happens. It's all right here. And of course, they're photoshopping, but it's a lame attempt to hide their work. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at some of these other maps. A couple of quick maps here. We'll take a break for the rest of the day. Okay, so we've got this high pressure still installed here. Everything's mushrooming into this wall of high pressure right here. We have some moisture diving down. We have that low pressure still hanging out over the state of Washington there. We have a moisture field right here from the tropics, Pineapple Express type pattern, right, moving right into central and part of Southern California. We also have some of this residual water vapor left from all of these storms down here being superheated. That is now winding up into eastern California right there. We can see that. That may produce some thunderstorm activity. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But here's the infrared loop. You can see that moisture field continuing to stream into central and southern California. And I forecast more chemtrail spraying because look at here. Big area of moisture moving in. By probably 2 o'clock or even earlier than that. By noontime, we should start to see these jets out spraying the skies to maintain a dry atmospheric condition. That is, if they're going to stay with their plan and bake Southern California and the Southwest. We're talking about 120 degree, maybe even 125 degree temperatures for Palm Springs and out in the low desert areas, Anza Borrego Desert, all those areas. We're talking Death Valley. They're talking about records being broken. So we're going to watch this and see what they do. Right now we do have obviously an onshore flow happening, and we'll just have to see what happens next. All right, that's it.